Saturday evening. It's been a glorious day today. Been a nice little breeze around here in the Midlands. Sitting out in the garden, taking it easy. In fact, if I'm honest with you, I feel totally lazy today. Just thought I'd come down to the allotment plot early evening because I've not long put some carrot seed strips in my raised bed, and I want to try and keep on top of watering them for a few days just to try and get them to germinate. Everything on the allotment plot is doing okay. I'm battling probably a bit like everybody else with the watering and also the weeding as well. This bed here, which is packed full of zinnias, it's great, but you know, I've got so many weeds that are coming through and I'm just not really having the time, and it's quite warm and it's difficult, isn't it, sometimes to keep on top of everything. So I'm just going to let them kind of grow out a little bit. I popped down this morning and this, I think, feels to me like the most, I don't know, tidiest part of my plot at the moment. These beautiful leeks that I planted a month or so ago, they're doing really nicely. Quite glad I put those leeks in, to be honest, because as things start dying off towards the end of the growing season, I'll have the leeks that will be kind of getting near ready, take me into autumn. Swiss chard always been a firm favourite on the allotment plot, just because I like the look of it really, and that's doing nicely. Got a couple of marigolds there coming out into flower. I've got a dreaded squash plant here. A couple of little snapdragons hidden under this pile of comfrey here. The French climbing beans taking shape. Here on the allotment plot 2026, it's a bit sparse really compared to my usual chaotic antics where I just grow absolutely loads of stuff. I think just because I changed my mind so many times, I've just ended up with like random stuff planted everywhere. I'm not complaining, it is what it is. Did some research this morning on these cosmos and the snapdragons as well, on how to actually cut them. I don't know if you remember the last video I did down here on the allotment plot. I had a lot of flowers coming through on the cosmos, but I cut them and then I put them in little jars at home in water. Apparently they come back even more prolific, so I've really enjoyed that job actually, so I'm going to keep on top of it, but I'll wait until I get some really nice displays before I really put them onto video. If we come over here, almost got a dahlia coming out there. Watered these a lot as this soil's got very dry. Look at this. Do you know, a few years ago I'd have been absolutely fuming about this. I'd have been down here every day until every weed has disappeared. My attitude to allotment gardening's changed quite a bit this year. I think it was changing a bit last year, to be fair. I don't take it so seriously, I guess. I kind of let things be as well. I mean, I like to get it to look nice, but I'm not in this sort of competition mode anymore. I think as well, when I first started out doing YouTubing on the allotment plot, I wanted to have it pristine to kind of impress people that were watching the videos, but I don't really care anymore. I just kind of enjoy the allotment for what it is. It gives me great joy every time I come down here. Yeah, I do see the weeds. I turn a bit of a blind eye to them sometimes. Snapdragons, I took cuttings of these as well. So there's not really any flowers, just one or two showing now. I put those in the same jar as the cosmos. Do you know what? I'll give you a little clip of what it looks like. I'll put it on the screen now. And there you have it. That's what these little jars of cut flowers are. I'm hoping they're going to be a lot bigger, obviously, but I'm just going to keep cutting them while they're young. I've been doing a bit more research on them, and I think that's the best thing to do to get them really strong later in the season. I was down here it was before 6 o'clock this morning, watering these carrots in the raised bed that I put in yesterday. And I really enjoyed cutting those flowers. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit nervous about how to do it, but it's quite straightforward really. And when I took them home and I put them in these little jars that I've got, I've ordered some more jars, but some bigger ones. So I ordered 12 of them, I think. I really think I'm going to get some nice cut flowers out of this. I was a bit downtrodden by it all, thinking that I wasn't really going to get anything, but they've started to come through. And I think as long as I keep clipping them, bringing them home, put them in the jars, putting them on the windowsill, I'm going to get some fun out of it. I mean, next year, I've already got in my mind that I'm going to completely transform my garden, because I'm really enjoying growing in the polytunnel. And I've got so much space and the garden's so wasted that I think I can do so much in there. I'm going to spend the winter time getting it all ready for next year. Because I have realised, as much as I enjoy my allotment plot, I do enjoy gardening at home as well. It is so nice, because I work in my little office in the back garden. It's so nice just to come out and tinker with stuff. I tidied up the greenhouse a little bit yesterday lunchtime as well. It gets too warm, doesn't it, to be tinkering around in here. I managed to fix some of these quad grows. Let me show you what I've done. Didn't realise that I put horse manure in these pots, and when I took the plants out, because the soil wasn't getting wet at all, and it should be from this and the cloth that comes through, I kid you not, it was boiling hot, the horse manure. So I took it all out, took out the old mat, which was a small mat. I put in a big mat which kind of circles around these plants, and then just put in pure compost. Do you know what, since doing that, I know it was only yesterday or the day before, but these plants look so much healthier than they did before. They were definitely not going to last. These are doing absolutely great because I've somehow managed to get this right. Again, the mats come up through here. The water runs down in these probably, I reckon, about every week maybe, which is not too bad considering it's been super hot this year. Tidied up these cucumbers. I've got 4 cucumbers in here, 1 in each corner. And I tidied them up because they were looking a bit sorry for themselves. I put some string up here, attached it to my greenhouse, and now they're all enjoying life and climbing up the string, so that's all good. These ones here, I'm yet to do the same as what I did on the previous ones. I do think I need to do it, because the only reason that these are kind of growing okay is because I've been watering them a lot with a hose pipe. But I really think I should be using this system, particularly as I bought these this year. So I need to buy 1 more bag of compost, and then I can do the same with those. I mean, look at the difference between those and those. And I've only filled them up. I haven't filled them right to the top either. This just looks really, really sweet now. In terms of what's going on here, everything is just moving nicely. I've put some seed strips into these 3 raised beds here. And since I've put them in, I've been down, 3 or 4 times just to give them a water, try and keep them as moist as possible. I'd love to get some carrots towards the end of this growing season. It's a variety called Autumn King, and I bought them from, I think I bought them from Premier Seeds direct, but through Amazon, I'm not sure. But yeah, the seed strips, don't need to tell you all about that, you know about seed strips. But yeah, literally I've just been watering them. I don't need to show you how I'm watering them, but I'm just watering them like this. Come down early morning, late last night, and I've just been soaking these raised beds. Before, you may have noticed, I don't know if you remember, probably not, but I had a few herbs and stuff like that in here. I just took them out because I really wanted to have a blast at trying to get some carrots this year. Had a disaster earlier in the year when I tried to do them, but they didn't germinate. I don't know. I wasn't sure whether I was a little bit too late in the season, but I have been reading that it's okay to sow them now and then potentially get carrots in autumn time. I mean, who knows? I think it was worth a blast, because whatever was in this raised bed, those bits and bobs, they weren't really doing anything for me, so why not give it a whirl, eh? If I'm honest, I probably need a couple of days down here, a good couple of solid days to get on top of things, to try and get rid of some of these bigger weeds that are coming through, and just tickle over the beds really, just tidy everything up. But I'm not finding time, and when I am finding time, I'm just too knackered after like work and then the gym and because it's so warm as well. It's been sitting out and enjoying the warmth in the garden and stuff. I just haven't been bothered to find the motivation to get down and to. It sounds bad, doesn't it? But I don't know. It is what it is with allotments, isn't it? You know, sometimes you're really into them. Other times you just kind of, I don't know, surviving. Well, that's that done. How's everyone else getting on with their allotment gardens? They having joy this year, or are they struggling with anything? I'd love to hear about other people's experiences at this time of the year, because for me, now that the flowers are starting to come through, I've got a bit of a sort of more energy about it, if you like, but not really about doing the weeding, but because it's new to me getting cut flowers, it's given me a little bit more of a, I don't know, a spur on, because I went through a lull when like I'd done all the hard work and then obviously you're waiting for the produce. But yeah, we're sort of tipping over a little bit now. Things are changing a bit. Sometimes I come down here and I forget how nice it is as well. Also, there are certain things in the plot that are just ticking over nicely without me really sort of thinking about them, like this sweet corn that I planted here. This seems to be growing quite well. I've put an Atlantic pumpkin over here, and this is starting to move as well. I thought it would just get eaten completely because I just put it straight into the ground. Maybe slugs would have it, but that's picked up and that's started to creep along. So that's going to give me some joy as we move out of summer and into autumn. I've got another one over here, and that's doing well as well. So I guess in summary to myself, if I look back at this video next year at this time of year to see what I was doing and what's growing, I think I could have been more clever with how I've sown things. Like I say, the leeks, I could definitely have sown more and more leeks, and perhaps used a whole bed for leeks, because they're going to come into play a lot towards the back end of this year. I'm going to do more cauliflowers and cabbage under the netting, because they're doing well and they're really easy to do as well. Yeah, I think maybe just get it clear in my mind what I'm going to grow at the start of the season, and just flipping stick to it, and that's it. And then just look at when things are going to harvest, and then go, okay, so in July, for example, we're going to get a harvest of potatoes, so that's going to give me some joy. In August, my beans are going to come through, so that's going to give me some joy. So I'm getting some constant joys, hopefully trying to get rid of those lulls, because when the lulls come in, I do get a bit down about it. I think with a bit of clever planning, you can kind of keep your joy levels going throughout the year, depending on what you're sowing. I don't know what I'm chatting on about, but I think, do you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of weeds, but I can live with it. It could be a lot worse. I've got a lot of things going on, and it's slowly drip feeding some joy. And I know the weather's going to get warm again next week, and I don't know whether I'm having to go away towards the back end of next week. I'm just going to keep hose piping me carrots. There's no sign of any rain whatsoever coming on, and I'm just going to keep clipping the cut flowers as well. I hope you've enjoyed a little ramble and chat down the allotment plot this evening. I like to just do regular little allotment updates. It's good for me as well, because I can look back and see what's going right and what's going wrong at what time of the year. But yeah, drop me a comment, let me know how your gardening's going. Give the video a thumbs up, hit that like button if you haven't already done so and you've enjoyed it. And if you want to continue watching my journey down here on the allotment plot and in the polytunnel at home, which I kid you not is absolutely gone out of control, subscribe to the channel. We're going to take a couple of minutes, sit here, listen to the wildlife, get myself back home. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.